What is up, guys? Tom here. Welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. But this video isn't just about Infinite Warfare, it's also going to be about Battlefield 1. Now, I know when Infinite Warfare was announced and Battlefield 1 was announced, there was quite a lot of YouTubers who made videos, basically Infinite Warfare versus Battlefield 1, which is the title of this video. Now you're wondering, since so many people have done a video like this, why are you doing one now? Well, simple answer is, these videos are around the time where nobody really played Infinite Warfare or Battlefield 1, but I have played both the games. I've played the Battlefield 1 open beta, I played the Infinite Warfare beta, and I've played Infinite Warfare full release, kind of, basically. So now I've played all of the games and played like Infinite Warfare to kind of get more of an understanding of the game and kind of like play it better, sort of thing. I thought I'd be able to make a judgment on both of the games. Now, I know in a lot of these videos the YouTubers made, they're like, well, they're kind of hard to compare because they are completely different games, which is true. Infinite Warfare is far into the future in some futuristic war between people on Earth and people on Mars, the Settlements Defense Front and Earth, basically, which is definitely not the same as World War One. So they are completely different concepts. However, they can be compared because the gameplay in Infinite Warfare is a lot more chaotic. When I say this, I will cover a tiny bit about the campaign, but what I'm talking about now is the multiplayer. So, obviously, like as I said, Infinite Warfare is a lot more chaotic. The maps are small, you're constantly coming across people. There's hardly a moment where you're not face to face with an enemy. It's extremely chaotic, everybody is everywhere, so it is, harder to stay alive. When Battlefield is different to this, the maps are huge. It's nowhere near as chaotic. You don't come across people every few seconds. But is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? If I'm honest, it's neither. It's not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. Similar with Infinite Warfare, is coming face to face with anybody like every time, like every 10 seconds. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? It's neither, depending on kind of what happens. So obviously, yeah, if you're coming across somebody like every 10 seconds and you get the kills, that is a good thing. If you don't and you die, it can be very annoying. If you're running all the way across the map and getting a kill or getting a few kills, yeah, it was worth it. If you run all the way across the map and get shot in the back, no, it's not worth it. So they both have kind of negatives, both these things. But, you see, Infinite Warfare's positive kind of shines through here. Because, and what I'm saying is, basically, would you rather spend 10 seconds and get a kill, or run all the way across the map and get a kill? Obviously, if you're somebody who likes to get kills, lots of kills in a video game, then Infinite Warfare is probably more for you, purely because it's so chaotic. Whereas Battlefield is a lot more strategic. Obviously, there's tanks, there's planes, there's lots of vehicles that could be used to your advantage. Battlefield is a lot more strategic, which means there is a bit of waiting involved, especially in one of the game modes, which I'm pretty sure is called Rush, which is basically where you had to kind of conquer points and then get towards the final kind of objective, kind of detonate bombs as you go along. That is kind of a waiting game. If you're the defending team, you can set up in houses with snipers, set up into like strategic points to then like rain down fire on the enemies. Where Infinite Warfare, no, nothing like that. It's kind of all guns blazing. You just run straight in. There's no strategy really. You don't like pick points, choke points and things like this. It's not strategic one bit. Let's be honest here. Infinite Warfare isn't a strategic game. You just run in and see how many kills you can get. That is basically it. Where Battlefield, Like I said, a lot more strategic. You can have to set up to get kills. Otherwise, like I said, you'll be running all the way across the map just to get them, and maybe sometimes just to be shot in the back, which can be something that is very, very annoying. So, in my opinion, which game is better, pretty much? I talked about the gameplay, about how Battlefield's more strategic, Infinite Warfare's more kind of all guns blazing. What is my favourite? Well, if I'm honest, when I played the Battlefield 1 beta, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. At the end, it was pretty fun. Uh, but this is, if I'm honest, only when I played it like a Call of Duty game. Because, basically, Rush wasn't really a game mode for me. There was less people, and you had to kind of do this strategic thing. It was a lot of waiting. Obviously, if you want to be like a traditional sniper, sit in the back, snipe people, play the waiting game. Battlefield 1 is a fun game to do that in. I did try it a couple of times. However, the thing I did like the most when I played the Battlefield 1 beta is Conquest. That is the one with huge teams and you had to capture the points. Basically, I would just spawn in one village and try and stay in that village and keep deploying in that village throughout the game. Probably the most busiest one, the one in the middle where the two teams are colliding, which meant I was constantly in the action. Whereas you can be far off at another point just trying to defend it. Not hardly any people will come for that point. So it may get a bit boring for you. So Infinite Warfare is a lot more hands-on. It's a lot more chaotic. Battlefield 1, you have to play more of a waiting game. Now, even if it means, having to go through the embarrassment of going negative on Infinite Warfare or any other Call of Duty game, I would much prefer to constantly be in the action than having to play that waiting game, having to wait. However, when I did play Battlefield, like I said, staying in one village, kind of trying to stay in the action as much as possible, using like an SMG type thing, and kind of getting close up, it was pretty fun. But that only really works in a game mode like Conquest, because there's so many people. There are a few people like at the other points, then there's but there's still enough to make a kind of big enough like collision in the middle at this kind of center point. That is something that is really good in my opinion. But which one do I think is better? I would have to say, for the way the game works, Infinite Warfare. Purely because I do like that kind of chaotic style more than the kind of playing the waiting game. But that doesn't mean to say that I dislike Battlefield. I do like it. I would like to kind of get the game at some point and play it properly rather than just playing a beta. Now, hopefully, if I've done this right, you will have seen both Battlefield and Infinite Warfare gameplay in this video, so maybe that's giving you kind of like a grip of both, almost, I don't know. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of the video here. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, I really appreciate it. If you could hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. But I have been Tom, and I will see you all in the next one.